You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. Roland Martin Unfiltered. All right, folks, let's talk stimulus checks. About 80 million people received their stimulus payments this week. But if you weren't one of them, it doesn't mean you won't get your money. The problem is if you didn't get your check, it's because the idiot wanted his signature on it, so therefore it was delayed. There are also technical glitches with it as well. We've also seen the video out there of some individuals who didn't realize that the people who prepared their taxes, the checks went to them. It's been all kind of confusion out there. Try to clip some of that confusion is Deborah Owens. She's America's Wealth Coach. She joins us right now on Roland Martin Unfiltered. All right, Deborah, so explain to people how that works, how the people who prepared these folks' taxes or where they went to places and they actually paid them, they couldn't pay their taxes, and so they in essence got a tax loan, and how those people are keeping checks. That's happening all around the country.
Yes, well, it's not unusual in our community, right? Because we're being bombarded with this marketing around get your tax return, your check early. And so we often fall for that. And so what happens is typically they're giving you a loan. I mean, freedom ain't free. So they're giving you a loan. And then when they get that check, they repay the loan. And then, you know, basically you sort of gave them proxy over your return. And so it's not the money came into their account. It didn't go into yours. They actually had your bank account information. And so in that regard, I think there are a few things people need to know what to do, right? So we don't have to file our 2019 taxes until July 15th. So if you electronically filed your taxes in 2018, then the government has that information. So then you will get that check much easier. The other thing you could have done was filed your taxes for 2019 and got the money electronically. However, if you go to irs.gov right now, you can go ahead and enter your bank account information so that you can electronically receive your $1,200 stimulus check. Now, there's some other snafus in there as well. It's like they said if you didn't owe the federal government money, you would get your check, but there is some consternation around that as well. Banks are a little frustrated because they're getting notices from creditors saying if they deposit that money in the check, so let's say you maybe had a lien against your account or someone, maybe you didn't pay a bill and they went to court to get some kind of garnishee on your check. Some of the banks are fighting out about this, but this is the sort of thing these are the types of situations that could really hold up you getting your check quickly.
All right, so if you get your check, should you pay your bills with your check immediately?
Well, here's what I'm telling people. The bottom line is it's about keeping your cash reserve. And so, one of the things I want to really encourage people to do is to call your creditors right now, and particularly if you're laid off, and tell them that you're laid off or, because of the coronavirus, you don't have the cash flow, and see if they'll give you 60 to 90 days. You'll be surprised. Many of the people I gave that kind of call to action a couple of weeks ago when the whole stimulus package, we knew that those checks were coming. And a lot of people were able to negotiate with their creditors to extend the amount. And I think the other thing underneath that is, can we get the credit agencies to go along as well and not make it so that it's a negative check mark on your credit rating? But I really hold on to your cash, people. We don't know how long this is going on. I mean, I was just listening to your conversations, the testing. They haven't tested. I don't know about you, but I don't care if they test or not. I'm not going out here, until I feel confident that I'm not just going to willy-nilly get coronavirus, right? So you can open up all of the locations you want, but if people don't really feel safe, they're not going to do it. And so in that regard, cash is king. Keep as much liquid cash as you can because we don't know how long this is going to go. When I say liquid, I'm not saying, put it in the mattress or anything. I am saying put it somewhere where you can have easy access to it.
All right, then. Any questions from Tiffany or Lauren for Deborah Owens?
Deborah, are we paying taxes on that money, on that stimulus check?
That's another snafu. There has been some back and forth around whether or not that is taxable. For all intents and purposes, it is taxable income. But for many people, here's what I want to say at the end of the day, is that if you were in a position that you did need that stimulus check, consider yourself grateful, right? And for those of you who are receiving it right now, I mean, it would be great if that was a tax-free check, but I know many people out here are suffering. They've maybe been laid off. So there's some other tips that I want to give folks, Roland. They have funded food banks to a greater degree. I think you saw the lines that are in many cities of people who are going for food banks. Really, folks, don't be ashamed to get help. The other thing, and I don't believe many people are taking advantage of this, but part of that stimulus package went to states to increase the amount that you could get on unemployment. And so you need to file for unemployment. You may not think you qualify for it or whatever. Let them tell you no, because you get your state's minimum, and then there's another $600 tacked on to that. So that's another way to get some cash flow. Another part of the stimulus bill, I know we're hearing that, the paycheck protection money is gone, and that was really for small businesses to keep their employees employed. But there's some other layers to the stimulus package. You could have applied for an economic disaster loan, and what many people didn't realize was whether you qualified for that or not, underneath that, what you could have applied for was a $10,000 grant. Grant meaning you don't have to pay it back. The other aspect of this stimulus money, a lot of people are self-employed, and they may have thought that they didn't qualify to apply for some of this money. When last Friday, if you were able to take, whether you had no employees or all, but you had 1099 miscellaneous income taxes, income reported, you could file all of those, and then your payroll, if you will, would have been 2.5 times whatever your monthly income was.
Got it.
Please, folks, we hear that the money is gone. Still continue to apply, because if the Congress does, negotiate for more money, you want to be first in line. So here is all I want to say, Roland, is if you snooze, you lose. So this is your money. These are taxes that we all pay. They're not giving us anything.
Right.
We're simply getting a return on our dollars. And the more we have, the easier it is going to be for us to sustain ourselves, because we don't know how long this is going to take.
Real quick, Tiffany, final question.
No, I don't find a question. Deborah, I have a statement, because you just said if you snooze, you lose. If folks want, it's not about Congress negotiating the money. Again, that is our money. If folks want to see an increase or folks want to receive a check, the Democrats are suggesting or recommending that folks get $2,000 a month moving forward, because you're right. We do not know how long this is going to last. Folks need to call their elected officials and tell them their stories and the conditions that they're going through, so that Congress and the president can move quicker to get folks more money, because $1,200 is not enough to last folks, considering the conditions of what we're seeing, to last folks for as long as this is going to be.
Absolutely.
Well said, sis.
All right, Tiff, we appreciate it. Deborah, tell people where they can get more information from you.
Yeah, they can go to wealthyu.com. And by the way, we've got an all-day masterclass going on tomorrow. Folks can still get in on it. They can go right to wealthyu.com. We've got a great promo code to help folks. All they have to do is put virtual, just virtual, the word in, and they get 50% off. So thanks again, Roland, for having me.
Appreciate
and folks, get your money.
All right. Deborah Owens, thanks a bunch. I want you to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications.